All right, hello, and today we are going to be doing more pioneering. We're trying out this Lesson Turns deck. So, yeah, this is kind of just a standard deck, really. The Avatar set was just broken, and I think this card might see more play. No, that can't be true. I was going to say it sees more play in Pioneer than Treasure Cruise, but I don't know if that's true. So the Izzet Prowess decks, I guess technically it could. I suppose the Izzet Prowess decks play one in the sideboard sometimes. Regardless, 2 mana, draw 3 cards is disgusting. Gran-Gran is not banned in this format. We've got some lessons that are pretty reasonable, right? Like, not the best cards ever. Combustion Technique, very strong. It'll Quench Ya, not very good. Lesson, very serviceable. Abandoned Attachments, okay card. Iroh's Demonstration can be pretty good against Otter tokens and Landlord Elves. And then we have Divide by Zero as another upgrade. And the big difference we're trying here is Alrund's Epiphany. So in Standard, you'll see people play Jeskai Revelation with Tablet and just have this like big top-end high-impact card. I do think that Jeskai Revelation is a more powerful card than Alrund's Epiphany. Um, but I always try this card, and I wanted to try it again. So that's what we're doing. So one of the cute things you can do with Epiphany is if you have abandoned attachments and you don't want your Epiphany early, you can discard it to draw a couple cards. And then later when you have Thor, you can just exile the Epiphany. If the Thor dies, that's fine. You get your Epiphany. If it lives, your opponent probably just immediately dies, where you get to deal 7, attack for 5, make 2 birds, get another turn. So it'll be 7, 7, and 5. So that's 19 damage. If you have any spell in your deck, it'll just kill your opponent immediately. So that's a nice synergy. And Thor is just overall pretty reasonable card, decently strong. You can curve Tablet into it, yada, yada, yada. So the mana base is your classic Izzet deck. I've got one Great Hall just to see how this feels in Pioneer. It's not a very fun deck to like build or talk about, to be honest, because it's so cookie cutter. Like it's just a precon. You just play all the lessons cards. I don't think that they actually play tested the Avatar set for Constructed. It's kind of funny. I think the Hobbit set is like the opposite of the Avatar set, where the Avatar set was like Gran-Gran, Wisdom, Cub, like all this nonsense, and it was probably a pretty good limited format. I don't remember people complaining that much about it, but I think the Hobbit set is really well balanced for Constructed. I think it's an amazing set for 60 card formats, but everyone complains about the limited format. So I think that's just one of the issues with what we're dealing with in current Magic, which is there's so many sets a year. They only have so much time. So things are just going to lack in certain places, and is what it is. I'm going to play best of one. It's just a little easier for me. If I were going to build a side deck, I would like to include a bunch of copies of Pyroclasm. I think it can be useful. Obviously, the Cub decks are becoming more and more popular because, well, people stop being dumbasses. And then, of course, the Prowess deck, which is obviously still amazing after the Steel Cutter ban. Again, surprise, surprise. I think Pyroclasm is a pretty useful effect against both of those decks. Other than that, I don't really have any crazy sideboard tech or ideas. These are a lot of just placeholder cards. And this doesn't seem like a deck you want to do a ton of sideboarding with. So you can just have some counters, some removal, maybe some graveyard hate would be worth considering. And also things that, like a pivot plan, you could side deck, what's it called? Ralzeric, just to make otters if you're worried about things like Rest in Peace, nullifying some of your cards. You want an alternative win condition. One card I thought about playing was Chandra, Torch of Defiant. It's a lot like Tablet of Discovery, where you just play it, it makes 2 red mana. And it also curves into your Alrund's Epiphany. So you could have like Chandra, Torch of Defiant in your side deck if you wanted that. But for best of one, all we care about is the Boomerang Basics, the Iroh's Demonstration, Price of Freedom, and then, of course, the Improvisation Capstone. This card becomes much more powerful when we have Time Walks in our deck. Whenever we hit a Time Walk, it's probably just going to immediately end the game because we're going to get another Improvisation Capstone. So this card, I'm interested to see how this goes in conjunction with the Epiphanies. Yeah, that is it. If you are playing best of one and you want to be sweaty, you could just fill your deck out with a bunch of different lessons. You could play more Great Halls and then play other colors. Like you could play the white card that gives hexproof if you want to protect your Thor and your Gran-Gran. You could play the green card that buys back a permanent to pick up your Thor. There's another green card that's a disenchant for things like Unholy Annex. So those are some options you can consider. But yeah, that is it for the list. If you guys want an export, it's in the description, and enjoy the games. Alright, opponent goes first. I guess I keep. A little awkward, but if Gran-Gran lives, we can find maybe another land. Yeah, the awkwardness continues. I guess I'll scrap a Gran-Gran. There's no way I need all these, though. I should have just kept it. Whatever. I don't know what the hell my opponent's playing. Badger Milka with 4. How? What a fool I am! When in doubt, Badger Milka. Yeah, I should have just discarded a lesson too. I'm a bad guy. I'm a bit of a villain. It's okay though. Your turn. What are they playing now? It's like an awkward green. Oh, it's the combo deck, right? I'm just gonna kill this. I don't even know if this is right, but. Try to kill it, I guess. I would like to draw 3 cards. That seemed fair. Dude, what are we doing? What are the cards we're making, by the way? What are we doing anymore? This is so insane. I'm just gonna time walk next turn, too. This is fucking. And there's a Thor. Even discard my time walk if I want. I think I need anything else. This is gross. I sort of have counter up. Oh my god. What is happening? Yeah, I'm sorry, opponent. It's just nothing good is gonna happen here. It's gonna be very sad for exactly you and certainly not me. None of it matters. I don't care. Just you go away, and I'm gonna start taking turns. Okay. You can happen first. Back. Yeah. All right. Well, that was a very good start to whatever this deck is capable of. That was disgusting. My opponent's start was very weak. But still, what I did, considering how things looked, I was like, yeah, we got some cards. And then it was like, oh, I'm going to take every turn. Great. All right, GG. All right, we're back. I think this hand's a keep. Not positive, but... I mean, it's got to be, right? Removal spell tablet stuff. Ooh, that's scary. Okay, so maybe Greasefang. Counterspell's nice, though. Weird at playing as a Greasefang player that doesn't do anything in the first few turns. It looks like this is just like Abzan something. Huh. Okay. Rude. Actually pretty good. Good draw. I can shock and do this face down. We'll just this. Maybe yeah, whatever. The ramp. This card's sweet. It's not that bad. I always think it's I don't know. I always think it's weird. What is this? Draw a card. Okay. Are they just playing some combo deck? Shock? What the fuck? Where did we shock? So, what do we want to do? 2 lessons. I guess discard this, and then... Can't Ancestral. I can Time Walk, though. No. Yeah, this deck is gross. What the hell, dude? What am I playing? Did I break it? No. Alright. Time Walk. Removal spell. So now what? We can go... Thor Ancestral? Okay. So maybe they have like an ultimatum or something and they're gonna do crazy shit to me, but if they don't do that this turn, I don't even know what the Sultai ultimatum costs, but the fact they're getting these lands makes me a little scared. But yeah, they're very dead if my Thor stays in play. That's fucked up. Why would you do that? That was not cool. Alright. Well, we're chilling. I think it's worth firing this off, right? Dude, this deck is gross. I just got Farewelled and I don't even think I care at all. Bro, my cards are so good, though. This Divide is just gonna get me a card draw spell every turn. You can even divide the tablet for value. Yeah. And this deck is gross. Just can't. It's so funny. I've spent so little time playing with lessons. I think I remember making a video like that was like a lesson Phoenix deck that was like you can play Ancestral Recall, blah blah blah. Wasn't very good. But yeah, these cards are gross. Oh. Well, that could be a problem. How the hell do you have a Traxa? Get unsummon? Sure. Wait, shit. I'm gonna lose! No! What the fuck? They drew a Traxa? Oh my god, I'm just breaking on these two. This is crazy. Holy shit. Okay. Everything's gonna be fine. Your turn. What the fuck? I would. This was not in my mind. I was not like, yeah, definitely a track. Obviously, it's a Traxa, but sure. So 5 damage if they don't hit like a discard spell. It feels like I'm not drawing more than 1 card a turn, but I do have this thing. This thing is going, and I do have Time Walks in my deck. So they found Leyline Binding. And Fatal Push. Wow. Okay, it's a 2-spot removal spells. I think we might just be dead. Crazy. That's so crazy. They have a Traxa in their deck and they drew it in that spot and we bricked on our Time Walks every fucking turn. We're breaking on all of our card draw spells and our time walks. That's crazy. Okay, did we win? We won. I think. Divide? Okay, so I have divide up. No, that doesn't... The damage is always going to go on stack. So they're binding this. Okay, no, we didn't win. I have unsummon, though. Spell or permanent, so I can divide first. I guess we'll go unsummon. I have no white. Okay, yeah, we won. Okay, what a game. Holy shit. Oh, we hit. We finally hit. We hit a Thor. We've got some time walks too, but yeah, this deck's wild. Nice. That was a crazy game. That was pretty fun, honestly. That was a lot of fun. Alright, GG's. Alright, let's keep it going. I mean, dude, I just forget how good these cards are. It's so crazy. Deck's messed up. It's actually pretty fun to play, though. I feel like a super villain. We are playing Pioneer, right? Everybody's the bad guy in Pioneer, but man, the time block stuff is just gross. The Gran-Gran cost reduction is also just so good in this list. Thor is just, that's my first time playing with Thor, I think. Scumbag Greasefang. Alright. Well, I do have double shock. Question is, do I keep double shit? Okay, good job. Congratulations. Can I view my sideboard? How do I do that? Uh-oh. Well. Fuck. Could discard land. I'm just not gonna be a coward. Alright, we died. Should have been a coward. My bad. My fault. Shit. Could have... So, I don't have any of the Ancestrals in the side deck. I could, and I know that's not conventional, but I don't want to tutor for that card. I just want to have access to it. I want it to be the first thing that I play in a turn, which is part of why I have 4 in my main deck. But I could have one of the Combustions in the side deck, and maybe that would be good. I think I just have to loot from my hand, though, right? Question is, what am I looting? Just Time Walk, I think. That's not it. I got one of those. Alright, we died. I mean, they just hit the nuts, right? They high rolled us. Happens. Alright. GG's. Ban Parhelion, ban Parhelion, ban Parhelion, ban Parhelion. Or don't. But also do. Dude, I'm telling you, I could make Pioneer so sick. Just Wizards. Let me have it. Just one. Give me like one try. Just one try. I'll make it sick. The crowd will go wild. Everybody will love me. Or it'll go horrible. You guys will eat shit because I ruined your format. Actually, you know what? That doesn't count because I can't run Pioneer because nobody plays it, so it doesn't matter. All right, GG. I get to go first. I will keep. Plays a Gran-Gran. Yeah, I really do. I do like the Thor in this deck. The fact that I just get to loot away my Epiphanies. Ooh, this card's sweet. You get Scry too, and then you get to draw later. Wonder what they're doing though. Could scrap my Gran-Gran. I think I will. Maybe it's another spot where I just need to be discarding the lessons. Who knows? I think it's pretty likely that it lives. What is this? Who would play this card? I could see maybe trying it in like some Yorion decks. Do I want them to have a Gran-Gran? Really don't care about their Gran-Gran, I don't think. I think I would rather Just discard and draw. Mox Amber, I guess. Looks like this might be Carnage combo. I don't hate discarding Divide, but go to the lesson. Alright, well, Exodia assembled. I think I'm gonna let them have the loot. Leave up Divide. Guess I could have Wisdomed first. I'm not that worried about one loot. Maybe I should fear it. Okay. Humans? That's a halfling. I don't know why this card's in their deck. Aunt May. I refused. What is this? I play Ancestral. Very reasonable, very fair, very balanced activities. Yeah, I mean, this is so messed up. We have 4 mana somehow. Makes sense, doesn't it? I will attack you. Discard Gran-Gran. And I guess we're going to pop that, pass. I think they're dead again. We're just in this spot where like I cannot I mean, I don't know. I don't know what would happen here. I have Remand and then I have Time Walks and I have Thor. So I can play this for 3, so I don't care if they name instant. We have 6, 7 mana, so if they name sorcery. What the hell is going on? Why does my opponent have human and then dwarf and then dwarf or halfling? I don't know what my opponent's doing. Just playing random cards. I have to worry about like dying somehow. I guess Thor targets Divide and they just can't play the game, so the answer is no. Auto pay. There's a Divide anyway. Play this. Got a tablet. Climb. Yeah, there's not much to say. I think I already can tell, at least in terms of like my side deck, my deck can be improved upon, but this is just gross. Another tablet. Can't believe my opponent hasn't scooped. Just letting me have all of the fun. Alright, there it is. I think we're probably going to be able to find another time walk, but yeah, this is gross. GG. Alright, we get to go first. I keep. My Gran-Gran pass. Yep. Play draw, baby. Sucks to suck. I could attack first. I'm gonna be a little lazy. I think I'm always casting that anyway. So do I want to keep the old Gran-Gran? I think I'm gonna scrap Epiphany and just play for removal. If they have removal, I have a second Gran-Gran. My turn should be good either way. And then we can just boot away our other Gran-Gran. One lesson. Wide. We'll just divide the challenger first. Because I guess they're not getting a land, right? Yeah. They rage, I can technique. Guess I could still just divide. Or rather technique. How about his basics here? This helps with the lessons. I think I'll take removal spell. I don't know why they scooped. Maybe it was taking too long. Also, I kind of forgot that my guy was gonna die. I think they also forgot my guy was gonna die. That is such a bad game to end on, but I am gonna call it here, unfortunately. I think we were in a good spot. So, I mean, I have to beat whatever their hand is. I replay Gran-Gran, trade, pass, lesson count, 2. Maybe they kill Gran-Gran, maybe they don't. I draw land, I have Technique Ancestral. If I don't draw land, I have Gran-Gran. And then if I can discard... If I miss on land, I can hit lesson, and then I have Ancestral. So, plus I have the cost reduction. So, I think we would have been okay that game, but either way. This deck was... It's pretty nice. Let's look at it. I just don't have any notes. That's the biggest thing. It's, you know, playing a fake format in best of one, so not like our information is super valuable here, but just from like a playtesting, getting vibes and feels out, really impressive. I think I would maybe cut one of the coast for just any earlier land. Gran-Gran is just busted. I was looking at Moto lists, and some people just were playing like 2 of this, and that seems heinously bad. So don't do that. But yeah, the flex spots are, I think, just... You probably don't have to play 4 Divide. I would probably play 2 Thor. I like at least 3 of these. You could play 4. You could play more Iroh's Demonstration. You could have more of these different things in the side deck. But all in all, this list felt great. I liked 23 lands. I don't think I would want more or less. Like I said, you could always play 4 tablets. I think I'm just maxing these. So the only things I would maybe consider changing the numbers on is this row, where like you could have more or less quench, more or less attachment, less one less divide if you want, just because it's kind of expensive if you don't have Gran-Gran. But yeah, it's just a precon. You just stick Thor, tablet, and Time Walk into your draft, all 4 of constructed deck, and let it rip. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you've got Outrun Epiphanies on your account, or if you're upset that your Gran-Gran got banned in Standard and you want to craft the Epiphanies, I think it is totally a reasonable place to be. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe. I'm trying to get to 700. So that's a huge boost for me if you guys don't mind helping out. And yeah, appreciate you. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.